Good morning. Today we're filming an episode of Uncensored TV on art therapy.
Good morning.
I've never done art therapy before. Me and Kai's relationship with art is pretty commercial. Like, we both have careers from it. We both make money from it. And yeah, it's not something we ever do that therapeutically. So, you know, being a male, and generally males aren't that keen on traditional therapy. But I feel like art therapy is a good segue into it, as it's a bit more playful, it's a bit more light-hearted, but you can still dive pretty deep.
Have you not had one yet?
No, I'm fucked up when I don't have my coffee. Fuck. Yeah.
Good morning. How are you? Good. I'm really excited for this. He smells like a baby. Beep.
So,
Yeah.
what do you know about art therapy?
I know nothing except for that Edie is the one who's going to be taking us through this experience. And that if Edie's doing it, it's going to be something really enjoyable.
What do you think art therapy would involve?
Either painting with tears, maybe? No, I mean, art therapy can mean heaps of different stuff. I feel like you and I already do sort of like art therapy at home by ourselves.
Yeah.
But we're not educated, and we just do it usually either drinking or
Just naturally.
yeah. But yeah, I think it's going to be really nice.
With me, how do you feel?
I think that in the morning right now, you're a little bit more vulnerable. I also don't know what we're getting into right now, but that has nothing to do with you. With you, I feel like slightly my zen zone, you know?
Yeah.
Really can, like we really open up about everything to each other.
Yeah.
Almost everything, but pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything.
But I think in terms of homies and brochachos, we're pretty like this.
Like this.
Where are we going again?
So our friend Carly, known as artist Malak,
Oh, I know her artwork.
yeah, so good. She's been kind enough to let us use his studio today. And Edie's there setting up right now, and I think she's almost ready, so let's go check it out.
All right, let's do this.
Hi, Edie.
Hello. Hi. Alrighty, so this is our space. This is where we're going to do some art therapy today. So we're going to start off the session pretty much straight away with a grounding exercise, unless anyone has any questions.
No, just excited to let you take the space and get the demons out of us. Exactly.
Awesome.
Edie, how would you explain art therapy to someone that had no idea what it was?
So art therapy is essentially creating art using multimodal approach. So whether that be sound, movement, dance, visual arts, and you're creating from a place of drawing upon your internal world and drawing upon the unconscious material to come forward and to emerge onto the page or onto the canvas. So creating art with a sense of focusing on the process and the natural emergence, and not so much emphasis on the outcome, on creating a visually appealing piece of art. Comparatively, I guess, you know, talk therapy can be really powerful in terms of organizing our thoughts and tools and practices, which is super important. And art therapy gives you that more embodied, like bottom-up, somatic approach to all of those things, but using a tool and a modality that's tangible that you can get your hands in, and that gives you access to the things that are outside of all of that, so the unconscious material. I invite you to take this opportunity to immerse yourself in a process of representing that experience on your body. in your life with fresh new eyes as if you've never seen it before in your life.
Actually makes me a bit concerned about my mental health. looking back at my artwork.
Why?
It's quite sporadic. Maybe it's put in contrast to like this beautiful thing here. I started with the pain that I actually have in my left leg and use that as like a focal point from an accident in the skate park, and then sort of started building on from that and like going away from the sort of pained area. And then you started talking, and then your voice reminded me of Shearwater, our old school. And that reminded me of sort of like what we would used to do playing around when we were so young in like preschool and kindergarten.
So you had some like childhood.
Yeah, and those sort of started coming up, and so it started kind of with pain, and then got a lot lighter, and then I wanted to sort of like contrast that lightness by putting some more darker colors in. Honestly, that was so enjoyable, and I really just want to say thank you. That was really, really fun. Beautiful.
So you mentioned that it brought up emotions. What were those emotions? What were you experiencing? Because I can see you right now, and you're standing there and you're just radiating this sense of like kind of joy. Or I don't know, maybe you could correct me. Maybe there's another word.
No, I think it's definitely a good way to start the day, for sure. Like if you know, you wake up and this is an alternative for a coffee.
Luca, what do you see?
I see something ascending. Yeah. I see something that was quite dark coming into light. It feels like the word surrender. The only thing like I started with, the only thing like I really drew, like thinking like I'm gonna draw this object, was like my lungs. Because I have asthma, and it's like the crux of my life. It's like the constant battle. And just started there. And then did the rib cage over the top. But then didn't get quite into the skin over the top. So it's quite showing still.
And you said the word surrender.
Yeah.
And when you said that word, what did you notice in your body? Where did you feel the word surrender in your body?
From like directly in. For me personally, like when I paint to release like emotions or stress, it's always like both sides of the spectrum. It's only like one or two. So it's either like really minor anxiety just to like control myself, or like dealing with deep trauma. So actually interesting looking here, because like when my father passed away, all I did was like paint for like 20 hours on like a paint bender. And I was doing the exact same thing of like just like blending colors. And it's like it brings like, it's so soothing. And it's interesting, I didn't even think about it till now, that like I naturally just got to this level, just wanting to blend colors. Thank you, Edie.
You sound so good. I feel like I'm going to take quite a bit away from this. I feel like there's definite things to think about and to focus on when creating any kind of art, and that was like good questions to ask yourself before you sort of jump into anything. So I think I would definitely recommend this for doing a session, or if you want to continue going. It was good. I really want to continue painting this with Luca actually. So maybe we should take it back to mine later and hang it up. Keep going with some natties and just go. Yeah, I want to do more painting now. I'm not getting changed either, so it'll be great.
I feel much different now. I feel definitely more playful. Definitely feel a deeper connection to Kai. But I learnt a lot about my creative process. Mainly about mainly the fact that I'm really worried about what people think. And it's hard to just not put too much process into it and just like let what's in out. I would honestly recommend art therapy to someone, especially to those people who, you know, like all of us have their problems, but the traditional talking therapy is a bit much. They just want that middle ground medium to create a safe space to make vulnerable, for sure. It's the best. If I could do anything right now, I would go with Kai and do some more painting, which I am gonna do right now.